Hey guys, and welcome back to the show. I am your host, Megan Hardy, and I am the founder of Fitness Uncharted, a women's health and fitness coaching company that I created to help women lose body fat, build lean muscle, improve their metabolism, and feel empowered on their health and fitness journey. And today, guys, I want to talk about the only way to build real confidence. And what this episode is all about confidence, the lack thereof. If you are feeling not so confident, this is for you. I think confidence is one of those things that can kind of be a buzzword. And also, we can look to a lot of the wrong places for our confidence. And then we wonder why we're not confident still, even though we achieved the thing that we thought would make us confident. So that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to, really figure out, okay, where does real, true confidence come from? That confidence that just like radiates from the inside out, where you just like, you feel so good in your skin. So like just everything's like coming together, like your mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, like you're just in this really sweet spot of confidence and knowing who you are and whose you are. And I work with a lot of people, primarily women, who ultimately like what they want more confidence. That's it. Like, yes, they want to lose fat or they want to build muscle or change something, about their body composition, but that's not really what they want. They want to feel confident in their skin. They don't really actually care about some arbitrary number on the scale. When we get down to it, it's like, okay, that's literally just how much your body weight is pulling against gravity. Does that scale number actually matter? No, of course not. There's something deeper. Or like a jean size. Okay, does that jean size really number? I mean, men's and women's jean sizes are different. There's really nothing special about that number of the jeans. Like, there's nothing special about that, right? Like, at the end of the day, when we actually pull back the layers of the onion, and I really do try to dig deep with women in conversation with them when they're telling me about their goals, like, why is that important to you? And when we pull back those layers of the onion, it's because they want to feel confident. They want to feel confident in the bedroom with their partner. They want to feel confident in a bikini. They want to be able to just be fully present and, go to the beach with their kids and not be thinking about their body the whole time, or sit down and not have to be thinking about readjusting their pants because of the rolls folding over their jeans. They want to just feel confident in their skin so they can be fully present and not hyper focused on their body or hyper focused on food or what they should eat or should not eat and how they should look or should not look and what others are thinking of their body. And truth be told, they are the harshest critics of themselves, but that, outward, concern of what are others thinking of me. There's always a deeper reason why people want to make health and lifestyle changes. Like, I would say I've never talked to someone or worked with a client or been hired by a client who cares about losing, body fat just for the sake of losing body fat. There is always something deeper. And 9 times out of 10, I would dare say 10 out of 10, but I try not to make complete like black and white statements like that. Like, some people, maybe it's like more of a performance thing or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, most of the time, it usually includes a desire for more confidence. And, what they think oftentimes will get them there, to get them more confidence. Like, oftentimes they think losing weight will, or, fitting into their jeans again, or, having some certain body shape. They might think that that's the thing that will build more confidence, but it's not actually what will make them happy or confident. And, how do I know that? I know that because I've been there myself, personally. And, I've been smaller and, more petite and fit into smaller clothes and things like that. That didn't bring me the happiness that I thought it would. I've also worked with a lot of women who it's like, I reached some certain goal or some certain scale number, but that wasn't really fulfilling to me. It was something else. It was some other part of the journey. And that's what I want to share with you guys. And I've also talked to a lot of women who they might have achieved some physical goal that they were aiming for, but they still don't feel confident in their body. Like, even competitors, even elite bodybuilders, they are some of actually the most insecure women that I have talked to. And I've worked with some of them, and self-admittedly, they're like, I still don't think I look good. I still don't like my body. And I'm like, that's an elite level, like that's an athlete, right? Of the dedication, the way that they have had to prioritize their life to get in that kind of shape. And the problem is because they have been so focused on their body image versus the thing that is really truly building the confidence. So that's what I want to talk with you guys about and share with you. It's not reaching some, body shape. It's what you do to get there that's going to build your confidence. And, you probably heard of before, like body dysmorphia, right? Or BDD, body dysmorphic disorder. And body dysmorphia, that's a mental health condition, but that's where a person spends a lot of time worrying about their flaws and their appearance. And what's crazy is the flaws that they see are often completely unnoticeable to others. So, like, they're super critical and harsh on themselves, and all they can think about are these flaws in themselves and in their appearance. And everyone else is going, what the heck are you talking about? And so, that's a case in point of someone who has reached maybe a certain physical result and they still don't have the confidence. That's not the way that they haven't built confidence that way. And actually, I actually was creating this podcast episode because of speaking with someone recently. I will leave them nameless. But over Messenger, she was, sharing that she really is enjoying the podcast and, talking with me some, but she was like, could you maybe even touch on like phantom fat syndrome? And just like, I think after Googling it, I think that's what I have. And that's another variation of kind of like a body dysmorphia. And phantom fat syndrome is, basically like the definition, which I've just even have written down here. It's a common issue that occurs in people who have experienced major weight loss, and people who have phantom fat syndrome have difficulty seeing themselves in their new body size and believe they're larger than they really are. So there's something mentally in their mindset going, hey, like, yeah, you lost all this weight, but there's still that phantom fat. Like they still see themselves as the fat girl. Or, a lot of times I speak with clients who've been, struggling with their weight since they were kids. And they're like, I still see myself as that little fat girl. And that's something that they're working to overcome. And this one particular listener, you'll know who you are, but she's like, I've lost 60 pounds, but I still feel like I'm my old version of myself. Like I still feel like I'm the unhealthy version of myself. And I still feel like people think I'm fat and I am not, but I still feel that way. So these are just case in points, you guys, that achieving some physical result, that's not what builds confidence. It's not it's not your body. It's not your body. And you might be the person who is overly critical of yourself and speak to yourself in ways that you would never speak to someone else. Like imagine, just think that like internal voice in your head and the way you are just nitpicking your body. If you do, God forbid, have a little muffin top roll over your pants, or, after eating, you have a little bit more of a bloated looking, baby belly, food baby or whatever. Like, how harsh are you on yourself and the things that you say to yourself that you would never say to your friend or your sister, or God forbid, your daughter? Like, you would never speak to them like that. But I see it all the time with women, and we can be very overly critical. And we often think that once we get into a certain physical shape, or we have a certain amount of money or success, whatever that looks like to us, that then I will feel confident. And I can speak from my own personal experience. Like my confidence has never come from those things. I can say like I've gotten into more lean shape or more shredded and gotten a different like physique and things like that. And that is not the thing that's brought me confidence. I still have my insecurities. I still have my flaws. I still have the things that I could nitpick and pull apart if I chose to, or if I let myself go there. My confidence today has never come from that. I could also say, I'm more successful today than I've ever been, in my business and finances and things like that. That hasn't brought me confidence though. It hasn't. If anything, I'm just like, okay, what's the next milestone? What's the next goal? And, I'm just pursuing something higher and higher. And I can say that that is not the thing that is where I get my confidence from. So I want to share with you guys really quickly where my confidence comes from personally, and also something that I hope that you can take away from this episode to really just think about and go into this next week going, okay, like how can I build real confidence? And I think this will also help anyone who is hyper focusing on their body or the scale or anything like that. Take your focus off of that. But one of the areas that really has just helped my confidence, even I think I'm really blessed to have grown up with this. I think it would be very different if I was not raised the way I was and had kind of this internal confidence, because a large part of that is my relationship with God. Like, now, if you're not a person of faith, that is totally okay. I'm not trying to convert you right here, right now. But like, my faith is a huge thing to me. And it has really shaped who I am today and my confidence. And, I've always actually growing up, I'm like, I kind of felt like I had this built in confidence. Like when I saw other people struggling with their confidence, yeah, I saw my insecurities and my puberty, whatever issues and this and that. I was a late bloomer. Everyone was getting their period before me. And I, you know, got it like years later after everyone, and I have little boobs and my little mosquito bites. Like, I have my insecurities, but like there was always kind of this inner peace and confidence and like knowing who I was. And a lot of that really comes from my relationship with the Lord and knowing that I am beautifully and wonderfully made, and knowing that God makes no mistakes. When he created me, like, he made no mistakes in creating me. Like, knowing that alone, I'm like, okay, he doesn't make mistakes. So he made me. And, knowing that I am a daughter of the king, that gives me confidence. That gives me confidence in who I am and whose I am. And actually, in Psalm 139, David is saying a prayer to God, and he says, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And this really just speaks volumes, of the care and attention that God made us with. By now, like, think about it. God has made billions of human beings. And again, if this is not what you believe, that's okay. It's what I believe. And this is my podcast, so I'm going to talk about it. But God, it's okay. There's billions of human beings on the planet, and none of us are exactly the same. We're all different. We're all unique. But we're not mass produced. Like, we were meant to be different, and we're not churned out in some like mechanistic way. And there is so much beauty in that. Like, you listener listening to this right now, you are unique, and every flaw that you see in yourself is not a flaw. You might see it that way and perceive it that way, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? And we know that the world is how we see it is our perception of the world. That's actually not really reality. It's our perception of reality based off of our history, our experiences, our psychology, our physiology. It's our perception of the world. It doesn't mean it's reality or the truth. It's our perception of it. And there is not a flaw in you that was a mistake. There's no mistakes in you. You were uniquely designed just the way you are for a reason. It might be different than other people. There might be things that you wish you could change about yourself. I mean, come on now. Like, who doesn't have something that they're like, man, I wish this was different about me, whether that is a physical trait or a personality characteristic, something, sometimes I can be a little hot tempered, or quick, to speak when I wish I wasn't, or things like that. There's things I'm like, okay, I'm working on, or I wish I could change about myself, of course, but that just makes you human. That just makes you a human who is constantly growing. And, it doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with you. So, that being said, I'm going to move on to my next point, which again, if you are a person of faith, I think that will probably resonate with you. If you're not, again, I think that still might resonate with you, knowing like, okay, there was no mistake when I was created. Like, I am who I am. I am unique. I am supposed to be this way. But then the other thing that really really builds confidence. This is where you are going to get your real confidence from. And like, as far as a growth journey, and that is keeping the promises that you make to yourself. And this is where, with like, think about the bodybuilder competitor, right? Who is still really insecure, like thinking, just like put a face to it. That person who, like, you're like, oh my gosh, your body is banging. How are you insecure about anything? But they are still. And the problem is because that person was probably focusing on their body image versus the journey to get there, and proving to themselves that they are that person deserving of success, proving to themselves that they're a person who says, does the things they say they're going to do. You have to feel like you are deserving of success by doing the things that a successful person would do. If you're the person that's outworking your competitors, like, you know that you deserve to win, right? Versus like if you feel like you're always, half-assing things or you're undisciplined or you're always skipping your workouts, like then deep down, you don't feel deserving of success. And that's when your confidence will plummet. Like if you're the person, you're like, I know I'm that person that goes above and beyond. I know I'm that person that shows up. I know I'm that person that gets there 5 minutes early and stays 5 minutes late. I know I'm the person that does one more rep, even though I don't feel like it. I know I'm the person that gives my all. If you act like that person, you are going to build your confidence so much more because that is where it's in the journey, it's in the growth. It is not in actually achieving the result. Like that's like kind of just a milestone. Like I can say personally, whenever I've achieved a certain goal or body composition or result, whatever, I check it off the list and I keep going. It actually was way less monumental than I thought it would be and way less gratifying. And I'm like, oh, wait, that's it? Oh, I just passed that milestone? Oh, okay. Well, all right, I guess I'll keep going. It's really in the journey where that confidence is built. You have to prove to yourself that you are the person that you say you are. So again, this comes back to identity too. Like if you want to be more healthy and more physically fit, you have to prove to yourself that you are that person. That is going to mean you might have to go to bed earlier and wake up earlier to fit in a workout. That's going to mean you might have to say no sometimes to going out to eat. That's going to mean that you're going to have to make some changes, but as you do that and as you prove to yourself that you are that person, you're going to build your confidence. As you follow through on your word, you're going to build your confidence. So if you say you're going to work out 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then you dang well better work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Of course, caveats of being sick or things like that. But I will also say if you are the person that's sick or you can't, guess what? If you're sick on Monday and you can't work out on Monday, okay. All right. Hopefully you're better by Wednesday. Get your Wednesday, Friday workout in and also work out on Saturday or Sunday. Make it up to yourself. Be that person instead of being the person that goes, oh, I wasn't feeling so good on Monday. So I guess I'll just get 2 workouts in this week. Of course, listen to your body, all that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. But be the person that wants to make it up. Like, no, I work out 3 times a week. So I'm going to fit this in Saturday morning before I get the day started. I'll do a home workout instead of a gym workout. I'll make it 30 minutes instead of 45 minutes, whatever. But be that person. If you say you're going to meal plan and grocery shop on Sunday, you better dang well meal plan and grocery shop on Sunday. Fit it in and make it happen. If you say that you're going to be somewhere, then you better show up and not just show up, but be on time and be present. Like actually one of my closest friends, is one of the people who will text you 30 minutes before whatever event and then back out. And that's one of those things for me personally, I would feel like I would feel bad about myself doing that. Like I'm not being the person that I'm doing the things I said I was going to do. So if you say you're going to be somewhere, then show up, be there, be on time, be present. And also the on time part is another thing for me that I'm working on in 2024. I'm going to be that person that's on time or 5 minutes early. I am like chronically 3 to 10 minutes late. I'm working on it, but I want to prove to myself like I am that person. If you think of it like if you are proving to yourself that you are the person that deserves success, literally just like sometimes people try to prove themselves to other people, that's a downward spiral. That's not going to get you the confidence because that is relying on their opinion of you to build your confidence. And that's not going to end well. But if you act like, okay, I have to prove to myself that I'm deserving of success, if you are an action taker, if you're a go-getter, you're a no bullcrap, no excuses kind of person, that is going to build your confidence 1,000 times more than having a snatched waist or fitting into a size 4. Like honestly, you guys, that's not going to do it for you. You're going to achieve that milestone. You're going to be like, wow, I still don't feel confident if you were just focusing on fitting into a size 4 and, having a smaller waist. That's not going to do it. Like even once you achieve it, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I'm still not confident. If your focus was on body image versus your focus being on who did I become in that process? Am I deserving of success? Did I grow and push myself to get here? Am I that person? And I can tell you because I've been there. Like I've been smaller before. I have chased a number on the scale in the past, and achieving that never made me happy. And it really never gave me the confidence that I thought it would. And that's not going to build your confidence either. It's not. Neither is other people's compliments or opinions. Again, that's what a lot of people chase when they, especially with body transformations, they want to hear the positive, feedback from other people. And while that is nice, that's not going to build your confidence, not compliments, not other people's thoughts or opinions. That's not going to make it happen. And also, neither is what you look like. Like, again, we're gonna be all saggy, wrinkly, whatever one day. And it would be really a tragedy if we were building our confidence based off what we look like when some things are outside of our control. And that's not going to build your confidence or your possessions. A lot of times, if people have nicer cars or nicer clothes or, the newest and latest, whatever, they think that will boost their confidence. That's not going to do it either. Keeping the promises that we make to ourselves and proving to ourselves that we deserve success, that is how you build confidence. So that's it, you guys. Go do that. If you are loving this podcast, please leave a review. That would just mean the world to me, to be honest. And it'll help others hear the show who really need to hear it. And it will literally take you 30 seconds. Just scroll on down to the bottom of the episode list, leave a review. That would mean so much to me. Also, share this episode with a friend who really just needs to hear this message. So, all right, you guys, go out there and become the person that you were made to be. And I'll catch you on the next episode.